or personal gifts. With state-of-the-art equipment and a team of skilled designers, we can engrave intricate designs on virtually any material. Whether it's a special message, a company logo, or a custom design, Romika Laser Engraving will help you make your mark. And the best part, our prices are affordable and our turnaround time is quick.
I couldn't be happier with the work Romika Laser Engraving did for me. The engraving on my product was precise and exactly what I wanted.
So don't wait any longer to add a personal touch to your products. Call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping you make your mark.
Your customers already pay for your product. They pay sales tax. And if they use a credit card, they may even pay interest on top of that. The fees add up. The last thing they need in today's economy is another fee at checkout. And as a business owner, you feel that too, because every extra charge can impact how customers see your brand. At Swipe Merchant Services, our mission is to help you avoid that. And by lowering your processing costs, you don't have to pass fees on to your customers just to stay profitable. That means smoother transactions, better customer experiences, and stronger long-term local relationships. Because when people feel good about doing business with you, they come back and they tell others. This isn't just about saving money. It's about building a business people trust. Join the Swipe Nation today and start doing business the smarter way at swipenationusa.com.
Storm damage is stressful, but dealing with your insurance company shouldn't be. You expect your coverage to be there for you. But too often, claims are denied, delayed, or underpaid, leaving homeowners and business owners stuck paying the price. If your roof or property has been damaged, the insurance company's first offer isn't always the right one. At Todd Hurd and Associates, attorneys at law, they've spent over 25 years helping clients navigate complex insurance claims and fight back when coverage falls short. Whether it's roof damage, structural issues, or storm-related losses, their team works to make sure you receive the compensation you're entitled to. Don't leave money on the table, and don't take on the burden alone. Call Todd Hurd and Associates today at 817-426-4529. That's 817-426-4529. Get the support you need and protect what matters most.
Some gifts mean more because of the story behind them. I'm Tiffany Carlin, the inventor of Tiffy Sleeves. It all started in 2009 with a simple moment, sitting in church on a cold Easter Sunday, wishing there was an easier way to add sleeves without layering. That idea stayed with me. And when I was 8 months pregnant with my third child, I decided to bring it to life. I designed the first pair, and my mom sewed the very first prototype. Today, that simple idea has grown into something that helps women feel more confident, more comfortable, and more themselves. Made with all-way stretch in a soft cotton blend or lace, Tiffy Sleeves give you the look of layering without the bulk. This Mother's Day, give something thoughtful, something meaningful, something created with love. Shop now at thetiffy.com and use code MOM25 to receive 25% off your order. From one mother's hands to women everywhere. Happy Mother's Day.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Today's show is brought to you by Ensemble Co-working, Fort Worth Hub for private offices, co-working, meeting space, and virtual mail. Find your perfect workspace at NTX Media at ntxradio.com. How you doing, my friend? Can't hear you.
Well, that would help if I unmuted my mic. You'd think I've been doing this long enough, I would figure that out. But
well, it's hard to do. Sometimes it's.
But sir, I am well. I'm doing. I couldn't be better.
You look glorious.
Legal if I was.
You'd look glorious. Well, today's show title: Firing Blanks. We're gonna talk about two teams, France of the NL All Stars, France and the NL All Stars, loaded with talent. failed to muster any offense and are completely shut down by opposing teams. We'll also cover. It's been a long day. I apologize.
You're all good, Bubba. I
Coverage
understand.
of the other World Cup semifinal. We'll take a look at Sunday's final, All-Star Game highlights, Texas Rangers, UT Athletics, and MLB draft coverage on tonight's show. So we'll also hit some quick hitters, as always, just covering all things not covered in the brief synopsis of the show.
There you go.
So, a lot of stuff going on still. And, the MLB All-Star break was upon us, meaning the Major League Draft is here.
Yes.
A lot of people don't care about the Major League Draft, but two people on this show care greatly about the Major League Draft.
Very much so, yes. Very much so.
And there are a lot of people that are sports heads, especially baseball fans, that care greatly about the Major League Draft. And if you are a college baseball fan, you care greatly about the Major League Draft. And we'll go in depth about that later. But it also means all-star festivities, the home run game. The home run derby and the all-star game. And the all-star game also determines it also determines your home field advantage for the World Series, right?
Yes, sir.
So with it officially being All-Star break, trade talks will heat up because teams determine the outlook of their season going into the All-Star break. And the Rangers are a game and a half up in the division. And while some of us aren't impressed as Ranger fans, it's still difficult to be up in the division, even if your division isn't what it's supposed to be.
Yes.
Everyone thought that Seattle was going to run away with this division. If you would have told me at the beginning of the season that Texas would be up a game and a half on Seattle, I would have laughed at you.
Yeah.
But the Big Dumper has not had the season that we thought he was going to have.
He has not.
And their pitching has not been as great as we thought it was. And, well, neither has ours. But we did find a closer, and he's probably one of the best in the game, if not the best in the American League.
Absolutely.
And rumors are swirling about, Corey Seager getting traded. I don't think it's going to happen. Nobody's going to touch that contract for a guy that's batting under 200. So get used to seeing Corey Seager in a Rangers uniform because he's not going anywhere.
Best hope there is to have him get healthy and at least get back to some kind of form.
Yeah, hopefully he gets hot. We get to the playoffs and he turns into, playoff Corey Seager.
Like he always does, yeah.
Yeah. He's not going anywhere.
No, sir.
There are some guys that I could see Texas looking to trade for. Some guys that other teams that aren't competitive, such as the San Francisco Giants and Luis Arias, that you could add. I don't know how much they're going to want for him. He's got a hefty size contract, but he's a guy that they could dump. He's an elite contact hitter. He'll stabilize second base. There's Harrison Bader. Harrison Bader. He's a Gold Glove caliber defensive center fielder. He can hit lefties. He'll improve the bench and defense. Pitching to keep an eye on. Garrett Whitlock in Boston. He's a versatile bullpen piece. I don't think you would see, Texas be in on a guy like Tarek Skubal. That's way too high dollar. We've already got way too much invested into our in our starting pitching. But you could see him in on a guy like Garrett Whitlock. He's very diverse. He can pitch multiple innings, or he can come in and just be a setup guy, or he could even close. He's very diverse, and that's a guy that Chris Young would love. He loves diverse pitching guys in the bullpen. And then, of course, David Bednar. He's in the news again this year. I could see him being here depending on, what they want and what Dallas, or what I keep saying Dallas, but same difference, what Texas is wanting to give up. So, that's just some early cheese on the trade talks. Go ahead.
I got one other name for you that
Sure.
I've heard a little bit about. It's Rogers. I forget, I think his name's Trevor Rogers. I'm not sure. I don't remember
Miami?
exactly. No, from he's in Baltimore.
Okay.
He didn't have the best start to his season, but you look at it's a name that they could dangle out there because Baltimore's not doing that great. They're in a tough division. Contract is fairly affordable. His last, I think it said the last 7 starts, he's given up 3 runs or fewer. So he's found it. He had a rough little go at the beginning of the year, but the last 7 starts, he's given up 3 runs or less. He's been really solid. His numbers look good.
Okay. He's a starter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, is he a lefty or a righty? Do you know?
I think he's a lefty. Don't quote me on that, but I think he's a lefty.
Well, I know the lefty that pitches for us right now sucks. Not impressed with that guy, and we gave up all of King Midas' silver for him, and hopefully it's just one of those things where he's just having a rough season. He needs to adjust, and I'm not one of those guys that's going to give up on Mackenzie Gore after one season. I know CY's an analytics guy, so you never know. You never know what these guys are going to turn into, and maybe it's just. We were spoiled with our old pitching coach, and maybe it's just a pitching coach issue. You just never know.
I was proud of Gore. He hasn't had a good year so far, but I was proud of him for volunteering to go out on short rest when they needed somebody to step up and start that last game, and he was solid.
Yeah.
Helped him out in that area. So
yeah, I mean, I don't hate the kid. He's also pretty young too.
Yeah, he
is. I think he's a nice. He's not a jerk. You hear a lot of these pitchers are egomaniacs. He's definitely not one of those. I like the guy. The results on the field haven't been, outside of the first few starts that he's had, the results haven't been what you wanted, and I don't think it's because he doesn't try. It's just just not.
I think that the Rangers as a whole have that whole mentality as a staff. Because you got a bunch of guys that you're talking about, they're not jerks, they're good guys, they're willing to do what it takes to help the team. You've got big name stars, guys that have pitched in big spots, guys that have won World Series, and guys like DeGrom and Nate Eovaldi, and even Latz, man. Latzy, he this is a guy that he was competing for the 5th starter job in spring training, and he didn't give it that. They felt it better to put him in the bullpen, making him a spot starter and long reliever type guy. But when they threw him in there in the closer role, he took it, he ran with it, and he's been a godsend for this team.
Man, what a call that was!
Yeah, but the fact is he could have hung his head and said, well, he could have been upset and ticked off about not getting a starter job. As it turns out, it's been a boon for him, and he's helped this team immensely.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because he's not just a one-inning guy, man. Because he's got coming off being a starter. It's a lot like the old days, man. You used to see guys like Goose Gossage and guys like that. They'd go 2 or 3 innings, and Latzy, he's done that. He's got the most saves out of anybody of 2+ innings.
Yeah.
All year.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's already tied the guy that had the most last year with 9. Latzy's already got that many. So
yeah, he looks great, man. Love it for the guy. He's done nothing but everything that's been asked of him. That's the epitome of teammate. So MMA news: Conor McGregor tears his ACL. Fight lasted less than 2 minutes. Very disappointing because I love Conor McGregor. He intends to fight, finish his UFC contract when it heals. I think he's done.
He has not looked good in the last couple of fights. Both of them resulting in injuries.
Yeah. First one was
I think
a
it's
leg
time
break.
for him to. I think it's time for him to hang him up, man. He's just
Yeah, I mean,
Father Time comes for us all, buddy.
Yeah, the whole talk shit shtick. I mean, dude, quit talking until you can prove that you can win again.
He really sounded like a different guy, man. He
Yeah.
really did. If you watched any of the press conferences, anything, he sounded like a different guy. He wasn't talking a ton of shit. He was very complimentary. I was impressed. Like, okay, the guy's grown up a little bit, but
And then
He's
he
always
gets in
had
there and
this aura about him.
he slapped the glasses off of his face in the square off, and I'm like, okay,
Yep.
maybe
He's had this aura about him, and the aura's gone now, man. It's just not
Yeah.
there. Nobody's scared of him anymore.
he looked like a divorced dad in the cage. He had the tight mohawk and the long beard, whatever. Conor McGregor, hope you get better and hope you can come back and prove me wrong.
Definitely.
Still love you, but disappointed. Tom Herman, hired by Florida State. Bring back the P chart, man.
Congratulations, Florida State.
So
you got the smartest football coach in America.
Is this a Norvell? You better get your SH right.
They
or
hired
you're
their
out?
interim coach. I don't know if you said that or if I saw somebody else say that. They hired their interim coach.
Well, I mean, since 2023, the year that they went 13-1, they have gone 7-17.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would say that they hired their interim coach, and I don't think Tom Herman is the answer by any means. They're saying that he had some catharsis since he's had his time off. This is Mike McCarthy with a better goatee and a lot less weight. He hasn't learned anything. He's going to be the same Tom Herman walking around there like he invented football. Tom Herman is
him and Jason Garrett need to have a conversation. They could have a smart off.
He is a douchebag, dude.
No arguments. No arguments.
Once I heard the story about what he did to Quinn Ewers and why he left Texas, I was like, I'm done with that guy. That guy's a douche.
Fortunately, we were able to get Quinn to come back. So.
Yeah, thank God for Sark. More news about college football. Brennan, did you see what Brennan Marion said?
Oh, no. What did he say?
So Brennan Marion is now the offensive coordinator at Colorado, right? And he's talking about he's the former Texas wide receiver coach and co-offensive coordinator. He's got the reputation as a good recruiter, and a young up-and-coming coach, great, terrific wide receiver coach before that. But he came out and said at Colorado, now they lost Seaton, right, which was arguably one of the top offensive linemen in the portal last season. He went
big offensive tackle.
He went to LSU, right?
Yep.
So he came out and said Colorado's offensive line is better than the offensive line he had when they were at Texas, except for eventual number 9 overall pick Kelvin Banks. He said this will be the best offensive line I've ever had.
Okay.
End quote.
Good for you.
And I said, okay.
He's on some good drugs.
I hope that go-go offense works for you because I know you're in the Big 12. I know you're talented. I hope that this works out for you. But what I have seen from Colorado is that they exude confidence that should not be there.
Yeah.
I saw that they exuded confidence, and they went out there and they played Oregon, and they got beat like they owed money. Yeah. They got beat like 65-3, I think, the first year.
That comes from their coach, buddy. Their coach has always had a ton of swagger, but the thing is, he was able to back it up because he was the most talented guy on the field.
Yeah.
They do not have that kind of talent, and Dion is not that great a coach, unfortunately.
I like Dion. They say that he says, I don't recruit. Recruits come to me. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's why you're never going to win a championship in college football. The best coaches in college football recruit. Yep. That's why you will never be one of the greatest coaches to ever do it. You were one of the greatest. Smart. He was one of the greatest football players, college
without a doubt,
professional.
Without a doubt,
he will never be one of the greatest college.
If he keeps that mindset, he will not be
unless he adapts. So, that's all I got for quick hitters. You want to jump into some World Cup stuff?
Oh, I know you've been waiting for this segment all week, buddy.
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, I need a quick nap, so we can go ahead and jump into some World Cup stuff. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
But before we were down, we got down to the Final Four yesterday. Going into this tournament, a lot of people had France as the odds-on favorite to win this because they are loaded. They have two of the best scorers in the world, and Mbappe and Dembele. They are loaded up and down the roster. But yesterday, you saw against Spain, you saw the definition of what a team looks like, and the fact that defense can indeed win championships. They put the clamps. Spain put the clamps on France. They scored their first goal on Spain scored their first goal on a PK, and they snuck one in early in the second half. France was never able to get anything going. They had 14 shots on goal. Only a couple of them were even remotely serious. I mean, Spain only had 10, but they made at least one of theirs count. Now, if you count the PK, I guess two of them. But Spain's defense, they suffocated them. They got nothing. It wasn't. They came close to scoring maybe a couple of times in the entire game, and that's saying something when you do that to a team that good. There is a reason, and yes, France was the favorite coming in, but Spain said there is a reason we are the European champions. Yep. Spain went through the likes of Germany, Italy, Croatia, France, and they went through that whole gauntlet of teams and came out as the European champions, which is no small feat with all the great teams that are over there. And they just it was so incredible. I'd bet money yesterday. I probably would have bet on France, but Spain, complete team game, shut them down, and it was quite impressive to watch. The other semifinal came today. It was Argentina against England. I was pulling for England. I would have loved to have seen them get over that hump. They repeatedly falter when it matters most. And for most of the game today, they had the lead, but a goal late in regular time and then one in stoppage time sent Argentina into the final again. They are the defending World Cup champions. You will see Lionel Messi, who is, I guess you can argue this, but in my opinion, he is the greatest soccer player that we have ever seen. There's really, just look at the numbers. There's not a whole lot of argument.
Even though he's not the greatest currently, he's kind of over the hill at this point.
He is. He's 39 years old, and but he's been one of the best players in this World Cup. He's tied for the goal lead. He's got 4 assists. Both goals that were scored today, neither of them were by him, but both of them were assisted by him. Mm-hmm. So they find a way to get it done, man. England, I don't know. England just kind of fell apart late. They'd been on such a roll. But they played with fire the whole time. They came back against Mexico and took the lead. That was 2 or 3 games now where they had taken the lead. This is the first game in a while that they had played from out front, and it doesn't suit them. Maybe they should have spotted Argentina a goal, so they would be on the chase. But it came down to they just could not hold the line against that team. That sets up a heck of a final on Sunday with Spain and Argentina. A lot of people would like to see Messi go out on top as far as international football because he has stated this will be his last World Cup.
Yeah,
and rightfully so. He's not done with regular club soccer, but this will be his last run as a Argentine national.
Yeah.
But after watching what Spain did yesterday, just dismantling France, I would have a hard time betting against Spain in this final. Spain, surprisingly, and it shocked me to know this, they've only ever won one World Cup.
Really?
Yeah. The crazy thing is, I remember watching it because it was probably 16 years ago or so, and I remember that whole crew. That was their golden age. Watched their whole crew. It was quite impressive. I remember a lot of the names from it. I'm shocked that I do, but this was not a whole long time after I got into soccer.
Yeah.
But and you know me, I don't watch a ton of soccer during regular time. If I do, it's the overseas stuff because that is the most competitive. Those are the most competitive leagues.
Yeah.
But the World Cup comes around, and I'm interested because it's top level competition, and I enjoy great competition.
Sure.
But like I said, coming into this final Sunday, I'm going to pick France in this, man. I think that they're a problem. They're going to just, if they play even remotely like they did against France, I think they're going to walk out as World Cup champions. And that is, we have world champions in several different sports. World champions that are just, in this country. This is a global game, man, and it's crazy. The semifinal, that's the Spain and France semifinal was good. Texas got a little bit of that because that was in Dallas at AT&T Stadium, or just Dallas Stadium as they're calling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even Jerry Jones got booed by the European fans, not even football fans. They showed Jerry on a big screen. He got booed. He's not well liked in a lot of places.
That's crazy. It's almost like Nico Harrison.
Yeah. Well, the only place he gets cheered is in Los Angeles. Hey, you brought it up, man. Don't make me do
I did. That's my fault. I apologize. I can't blame anyone but myself for that.
Yeah, I've got. I don't know. Depending on what direction you want to go next, man. I got All-Star game stuff. I got.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go next?
Yeah, let's go All-Star. We can talk about All-Star game.
Last night, buddy, it was pretty boring. Not gonna lie, it was pretty boring. You know, Cody Bellinger got the 2-run single in the first, and Ben Rice followed with another one for a 3-0 lead. Turns out that was more than enough. They got a late home run from Miguel Vargas, who from the White Sox, who hit an absolute bomb.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. The American League seems like the inferior league this year because they have so many teams at or below 500, and the National League has so many teams that are playing at a high level that may not even make the playoffs. Their lineup was pretty loaded, and all they did last night was go out and strike out 15 times and only muster 3 hits. Our boy Latsy, the Rangers, came in. He pitched a third of an inning, came in the bottom of the 8th, and struck out the only guy that he faced. Cody Bellinger was the MVP with said 2-run single in the first inning. So it was pretty boring. I mean, the home run derby was fun. I'll tell you that. That was pretty cool.
They made a big change this year, right?
They went back to a lot of the old stuff.
Yeah.
But the fact that Jordan Walker got to play the villain.
Yeah.
Because in the final, he went up against, the hometown favorite. And I love the guy too. I'm a big Kyle Schwarber fan.
Yeah.
I love that guy coming out of college. And they said, well, all he can do is hit. And I'm like, okay.
It's baseball.
I'll take that. He does it really well.
Yeah.
Does it better than most.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that was a fun contest. Schwarber goes out in the final and lights it up. And Jordan Walker comes in second and just tops him. It was quite impressive. His family was in the crowd, and he relished being that villain role. He never looked rattled. He never looked stressed. He just went out and had a good time, and that's exactly what he needed to do.
That's all he can do is hit. That's literally half the game.
Yep.
I mean,
that's it, man.
I mean, it's pretty amazing for a guy that I would imagine, like, if you looked at the lineup of the home run derby, or let's go back. If you were to go into Vegas and pick the winner of the home run derby, right?
Yeah.
Who picked him? Who picked Jordan Walker to win that?
Not many.
Right. So, I mean, that's essentially going, hey, I'm going to put $100 on black, like, or,
yep.
you know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
That's unreal, and that's the part that makes sports amazing.
Yeah.
When a relative unknown goes in and wins it, I mean, I remember the year that Josh Hamilton went out there and hit all those home runs and he didn't win it.
Saw that highlight today, buddy, on TikTok or Facebook or something.
Just the
most glorious moment ever.
I'm pretty sure that was the same season that he hit 4 home runs in the same in the game against Baltimore. I was working when that happened. I watched
chanting his name, Yankee Stadium, Yankee Stadium.
Yep.
The fans in New York were chanting his name.
Yep.
He hit bomb after bomb, including at least one that left the entire stadium.
Yeah,
it was just such a beautiful one of the prettiest swings I've ever seen.
It looked so effortless. It was just like,
yeah.
I was like, God, man.
The only two people in my mind that I think have as pretty a swing or prettier swings were Will Clark. I love Will Clark and Ken Griffey Jr.
The kid,
just effortless left-handed swing but Hamilton and Griffey, they were different. Clark was great, beautiful stroke, plenty of power, but Griffey and Josh Hamilton, the ball just sounded different coming off their bat.
It did. It did, and it was one of those. I watched the highlight of Ken Griffey and his dad. They were the first father-son to hit a home run in the
Oh,
same
yeah.
game. Like,
Fantastic.
amazing. The old Mariner uniforms. How could you not love those uniforms?
Oh, my gosh.
Just
Yep.
utter disbelief. Just to see some of that stuff. So when we get back, we'll get back into it. We got some Texas baseball, Texas athletics to talk about. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Let's talk about those cash discount fees. Your customers already pay for the product, they pay sales tax, and if they're using a credit card, they're paying interest too. And now they're asked to pay even more. That moment at checkout, it matters because when customers see that extra charge, it creates friction. And friction doesn't just affect one sale, it affects whether they come back. At Swipe Merchant Services, we believe there's a better way. Instead of passing costs on to your customers, we help you lower your actual processing fees so you can protect your margins without adding extra charges. No awkward conversations and no surprise fees, just a better experience for your customers and a smarter strategy for your business. Because when paying the tab feels good, they tip better and they come back. They spend more and they trust your brand. Stop passing it on and instead start paying less. Join the Swipe Nation today at swipenationusa.com. That's swipenationusa.com.
Attention all business owners and creative minds. Do you need a unique and personalized touch for your products? Look no further than Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs. We offer custom laser engraving services for a variety of products, including promotional items and corporate or personal gifts. With state-of-the-art equipment and a team of skilled designers, we can engrave intricate designs on virtually any material. Whether it's a special message, a company logo, or a custom design, Romika Laser Engraving will help you make your mark. And the best part, our prices are affordable and our turnaround time is quick.
I couldn't be happier with the work Romika Laser Engraving did for me. The engraving on my product was precise and exactly what I wanted.
So don't wait any longer to add a personal touch to your products. Call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping you make your mark.
All right. Before we jump back into it, today's show is brought to you by Ensemble Co-working, Fort Worth's hub for private offices, co-working, meeting space, and virtual mail. Find your perfect workspace at NTX Media at ntxradio.com. All right. So we both got a segment that's kind of going to intertwine a little bit. We got the Major League Draft to talk about and some Texas baseball / draft results. So we can hit it off with the draft.
Okay.
And then we can kind of jump into some Texas baseball, and then I'll jump into some Texas baseball, and then we'll talk a little bit about Texas football after that.
All right. Well, like I said, the first year player draft was on Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to give you a little rundown of the top 10 picks here, and then discuss where Texas's first round pick and the first 3 picks that Texas had.
Yep.
Starting out Chicago, the White Sox had a choice to make between UCLA shortstop Rock Chalowski and Grady Emerson, the high school shortstop from Fort Worth.
Argyle.
The White Sox, both tremendously talented kids. I think that Emerson may present a higher upside, but Chalowski presents plenty of upside and maybe a little bit safer floor.
Yeah.
And the White Sox are a team right now on the rise. Shockingly, they're kind of a year early, but they've put together a really good season. And adding him to that, I don't think it's going to be a long time before he's in the majors.
Sure.
Chalowski's a very talented kid. Emerson did go second to Tampa, who there were some thoughts they've struggled to find a backstop for them for years. And Vaughn Lackey, the catcher at Georgia Tech, probably the best catcher, without a doubt, the best catcher in college baseball this year, was sitting there. But they chose to go with Grady Emerson, and I think he's going to be a stud. I think he's going to reward them handsomely for that.
Can we pause for a second?
Absolutely.
I think if the whole Wander Franco thing didn't happen,
Yeah.
Oh, well, wasn't that his name? The shortstop.
Wander
that got in
Franco.
trouble?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If that didn't happen, I'm pretty sure that they would have taken the catcher there. But with Wander Franco there, they're probably not picking second.
True story.
But anyways, continue.
Yeah, they've got and then Minnesota went right behind them and picked Vaughn Lackey. There was clearly a top 3 in this draft as far as just about all the experts that I talked to and everything that I read. There was pretty much it was a 3 players at the top of the draft and then everybody else.
Sure.
But they picked Vaughn Lackey, the catcher from Georgia Tech. The kid's he's an absolute monster. I think he's going to kill it for Minnesota, who they're fixing to lose. They're most likely going to trade their current backstop Ryan Jeffers because he's they're not anywhere close to contention, and he's going to be able to get him some stuff because he's a really good player.
Yeah.
You had Jackson Flora, a right-handed pitcher from University of Santa Barbara, California, Santa Barbara there. And he's the top college arm, the top arm overall, they said, but the top college arm, and he goes to the Giants, and he should fit in real great there. As far as a pitcher, you got to look forward to going and pitching in that park in San Francisco because it's a massive ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh surprised everybody at 5 a little bit with the outfielder Derek Curiel from LSU. Not that he's a bad player, he just got picked, several slots higher than what they were expecting. But they think he's going to be able to get to the majors pretty quickly. In Pittsburgh, they've got some good young players, and they're kind of on the clock because Paul Skeens Pittsburgh is not going to be able to afford to keep Paul Skeens.
No.
So they are on a clock right now. They've got several good young players, both at the major league level and in the high minors. So I think they're going to try and move him along pretty quickly if he's up to it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Paul Skeens either in LA or New York. Ooh,
yeah, gross. But Kansas City went next with Zion Rose. It's another bit of in my opinion, a bit of a reach pick, but the kid has a ton of talent, man. And if he fills out his frame, you're looking at a potential 30-30 guy there. But there's some ifs there. Baltimore went with Eric Booth, the outfielder from it's a high school outfielder from Mississippi. Solid player. I think he's got a chance to be really good. Drew Burris is a pretty polished player as an outfielder from Georgia Tech. He went to the A's at 8. Solid player. Atlanta picked A.J. Garcia, an outfielder from Virginia. I'll be honest, I didn't know a ton about Garcia. He put up good numbers, but I don't know. I think there were some other higher upside players sitting there for them. And Colorado rounded out the top 10 with picking Tyler Bell, a shortstop from Kentucky. He's a solid player, and a lot of people think that he's got a chance to be better than where he was drafted. So The Rangers did not pick until 16. And they picked the top high school arm in the draft and one Gio Rojas. Mm-hmm. He's a left-handed pitcher from Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. Kid's got some great stuff, man. Like I said, he was the top. Right? Yeah, left-handed pitcher. He was the top high school arm, considered the top high school arm by most of your scouts. He's very impressive. And like I said, he's a high school guy, so it's not going to be anytime soon that we're going to see him.
Yeah.
But I think the kid has a chance to be special. He's got some good stuff, and he looks like he's not just a thrower. Looks like he's a really good pitcher as well. Their second pick, number 54, they got Connor Como. He's a shortstop from Anderson High School in the Houston area. He's 6'4" and he's 180. As he fills out, he's probably going to outgrow the shortstop. The Rangers are going to give him an opportunity to start there. Most likely he's going to outgrow it, but they feel like his bat will play at third base. If he gets there, they feel like it'll still play at third base. He'll be good enough. So have to see on that one. But then there's another one here, the third pick, who this is a guy that we both really both had a lot of interest in, because this is somebody that had committed to go to the University of Texas, and he went in the third round of the Texas Rangers. So either way, being as Rangers fans and Longhorns fan, either way we win.
Yep.
It's a young man named Brody Bumila. He is a 6'9" left-handed pitcher with a fastball that regularly hits triple digits and above. above 100 miles an hour. He's got a nasty slider that I'd never heard this terminology. I've heard about break and all that, but I've never heard of vertical break. This slider is a riser, 19 to 20 inches, John.
Mm-hmm.
That means that ball looks like a fastball, but it's moving at and he throws from a 3/4 arm angle.
Yep.
Which with that pitch, that is disgusting.
No wonder the damn kid has elbow problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you do that? It's alien stuff.
The reason he fell that far though is because he has had arm trouble.
Yeah.
Has he had 2 injuries now, John?
He has. And the other thing too is I know he's got a coach up there. I don't know how good the coach is. I don't know anything about that. Now, I know Texas wanted him badly to come to the 40 acres. Max Weiner wanted to work with him badly. I mean, anyone wants to work with a pitcher that's 6'9", lefty, and touches triple digits. My God, how do you not want to work with that?
Those guys don't grow on trees.
Second of all, he is a tree. He's 6'9", right?
Yeah. Hell of an athlete too. Won a state championship in basketball.
He was a damn good basketball player.
Another thing I like about him is they said the kid's he's not just a thrower. He likes to dig in and study the metrics and things of pitching. So he's going to be into all the analytics. He's going to pay attention to stuff. He's going to look at tendencies. The kid knows how to pitch and is going to continue to learn how to pitch at this next level.
Which was right up Max Weiner's alley. Max Weiner is a analytics nerd. That's why Max Weiner, when he pitched at I think it was the Georgia Military Academy. I think he started at West Point and then he coached at the Georgia Military Academy or something like that. Yep. He decided okay, I like playing baseball, but I'd rather be a coach. That's why he's a nerd about it. And not in a bad way. He likes to break down the analytics, and a lot of kids like that. That's why he connects with these. You'll see the kids get out on the turf and on the mound barefoot, and he's like, so you can connect with the mound and the field, and he does things from a different approach. And these, he tries to get these things to connect with these kids, and it works for a lot of kids, and some kids it doesn't work, but a lot of these kids love Max Weiner. And is that all you had in regards to the draft, or do you have more?
Yeah, I just like I said, man, if this kid if they can get him healthy, if he can stay healthy, the 2 arm injury scares the shit out of me, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But if he's healthy, man, this kid is going to be a monster.
Oh my God. Yeah, I agree. I think in the majors, the major league teams aren't going to overuse you. They're going to be cautious about those arm injuries. I think high school teams, they're trying to win a state championship. They're going to throw you. They're going to throw you more than they should. And I think
I'll say one more thing.
Yeah,
we're going to have to be watching as Longhorn fans. We're going to have to be watching a lot of National League East baseball in the next few years, because it seems like I'm sure you're going to touch on this. It seems like so many of our guys went to National League East teams.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got you. So I'll touch a little bit on the portal, and then we'll jump into the rest of what you were talking about, draft. So we got some still waiting on some answers from portal visitors. Marcos Paz thought it was pretty much a lock for him to come to Texas.
Yep.
He committed to Georgia.
Georgia beat us again.
Well, I don't think it was so much they beat us. I think it was the way that the draft went. I think we were like, we're good. We don't want that price tag for a guy that's injured. And I think it was kind of one of those things. I think it was the same thing with Bumilla. Bumilla went in the 3rd round. I think Bumilla wanted to come to Texas as well. But if Bumilla would have went in the 5th, 6th round,
Yeah, maybe.
Very well, he probably would have come to Texas as well.
Yeah.
So there's a mystery player that nobody knows that visited. They're waiting on a decision from him. I don't know what position he is. I want to say he's an infielder. But there was a guy that was there that was a mystery player. It ended up being David Hogg. He was a JUCO player. He played at LSU and then went JUCO. They're no longer talking to him. And then Ethan Mendoza elected to come back to Texas after he went undrafted. Of course, he has a shoulder injury. When he comes back, he's not going to be ready to throw right away. He's strictly going to be a DH. He's likely going to need surgery on that shoulder because he jacked it up late in the season. I wanted to say it was against Tennessee that he messed it up.
Well,
but
it'd be good to have him back on the 40 regardless.
Yeah, he needs to come back. He needs to come back.
Yeah.
So that'll be a second season, or I'm sorry, that'll be a third season with Ethan Mendoza. Good news, Hayden LaFew decided to return. So we got a big lefty coming back in the back end of the bullpen. I would imagine you can probably pencil him in as your favorite to be the closer.
With the big man moving into the rotation.
Yeah. Rumors. There's a rumor going around that Thomas Burns might be coming back. So that's just a rumor. I haven't talked to anybody. Just saying.
I have a question for you, since you are more in the know about the Texas baseball program than I am.
All right.
Did that big outfielder from Oregon? Did he sign somewhere? Where did he go?
He went to.
I'm talking about this kid that's built like a linebacker.
He went to LSU. Oh, the big guy. The big guy.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I knew that one had the
he
one.
Went to Georgia. He went to Georgia.
Oh my gosh!
But he wasn't coming here. As soon as Casey Borba signed, we were like, yeah.
Well, I was, since we got the guy from Oregon, the guy that was the coordinator there, I'm thinking maybe we had a chance with some of these Oregon guys, but
yeah, dude, LSU money whipped Laya, and Texas is like, dude, we'll work on development. Y'all can throw all this money at these guys, and when you swing and you miss, it's going to be embarrassing. Like if LSU goes out, they have no excuse not to go out there and beat the piss out of everybody.
Everybody.
You know what? You know it's going to be embarrassing when that pitching is ass again, because like. Yeah. So, anyways, back to it. So going back to the draft. So technically the first Longhorn off the board was Grady Emerson. He went number 2 overall. Would have loved to have him on the 40 because he's probably going to end up being your second baseman.
He's a stud, man.
He's going to be your second baseman, and then the following year he moves over to shortstop. And no problem. And then 43rd overall, Carson Tenney gets drafted by the Twins in the second round. I believe technically the second pick is Aiden Robinson, 92nd overall.
Yeah.
And then your third pick would have been Bo Peterson. Peterson was a high school signee. He got picked by the Astros.
Damn it, Houston.
If he would have came in, he's probably your favorite to be your second baseman to start the season. High school kid. But Ruger Riojas goes number 100 overall in the third round to the Phillies. Hats off to Ruger.
That's my guy.
Probably a good place for him.
That's my guy. I like Ruger a lot.
Love Ruger. That's a good organization for him. They do great for pitchers. He's got the velocity. He's got the mechanics.
He'll fit in that city well too because he's a little crazy.
He is crazy. Burnsy gets drafted in the 8th round, pick 226 by the Twins. So he goes with his backstop Carson Tenney to the Twins. Luke Harrison, pick 234 to the St. Louis Cardinals.
Okay.
And then Cody Howard gets drafted in the 13th round by the Washington Nationals. That's the Longhorns that actually played. right?
I'm just wondering what that means for Carson Tenney, because like we said, Von Lackey, the Twins drafted Von Lackey, who's a catcher as well, in the
Yeah,
first
they
round
took
with the
two
third pick.
catchers. So
Does that
I
mean
don't
a
know.
position change? Does Tenney think it looked like he's a position change? He really doesn't have a whole lot of flexibility. I mean, he's maybe a DH, maybe a first baseman.
But he can move, though. He can move.
Yeah,
He can run
that's
for a
true.
big man.
I mean, it's not like Daniel Jackson, the catcher from Georgia. Who's
No, he
still
can't move like that. But for how big he is, that boy can move.
maybe a corner outfield spot.
Maybe a corner outfield. Maybe they see him there. I don't know.
His bat will play pretty much wherever you put him, because he's
Yeah.
Okay, this is
Or maybe they see him at first base. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe.
So high school commits, we already talked about Grady Emerson. We talked about Bo Peterson. Cooper Harris was drafted in the 4th round, pick 106 by the Washington Nationals.
It's a kid from Flower Mound, right? The pitcher.
Yes, he's a Flower
That's a kid
Mound
I was
kid.
kind of hoping would make it to camp. I kind of liked him. Make it to the 40.
Yeah. But then we got Trey Rangel.
Mhm.
He opted to come to Texas, but he got drafted 155, so he opted to come to Texas, and he's a shortstop.
Okay.
So he's a pitcher. I'm sorry, he's a pitcher. And then you got James Jorgensen. He was drafted 168 overall. He opted to go to Texas, right? And then another guy I want to talk about was what's his name? Easton Autry.
Oh.
Out of Corsicana. He didn't get drafted, but he went to a showcase. Dude, his exit velo with a wood bat, 113. That's his average exit velo.
Pretty damn impressive. Yeah, I heard about that kid.
Dude, he
Yeah.
hit a 500-foot home run at Ranger Stadium. 500 feet.
They don't even do that.
I'm like, good God Almighty!
Let's give that boy a look. Let's give him a look.
So just to put this into perspective for you, that kid is when he did that, he was 16, 17 years old, and he hit that damn ball 500 feet. Right. I think the farthest hit ball at Ranger Stadium was hit by Mazzara, right? I want to say he hit that 512.
Mm-hmm. And he absolutely crushed that halfway up into the upper tank.
Yeah, upper tank. I think he hit that 512, and that was in 2011, 2012, I want to say.
Oh, yes. It's been a few years.
Yeah, it's been, 14 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
This kid was 16 years old when he did that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
pretty damn impressive, man.
I mean, I know Tulo's going to clean up his mechanics, right? I would imagine he's going to get his fair shot to get a crack at one of these positions that are open.
What position does he play? Do we know?
I would imagine he's probably going to be a corner infielder.
Corner first.
Now,
third. Okay.
I've got some ideas. I've got my lineup here. Do you want to hear it? Here's my idea.
Let me hear it.
So at catcher, you got Ian Armstrong, the kid from St. Mary's. He's a transfer.
Okay.
At first base, you got Casey Borba, right?
Mm.
So the other idea, right? If Casey Borba can play third base.
Fact.
So if you like this Easton Autry kid, you want him to play first base, you could kick Casey Borba back over to third and start Easton Autry at first. There's an idea. It's depending on how he looks, If he can't catch, then then that's another thing. The other thing too is second base is going to be wide open to begin.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how well the kid fields, right? I know he's tagged as an infielder, and that could be many things. He could be a middle infielder, he could be a corner infielder, right?
Yeah.
So second base is wide open. So you could have Easton Autry at second base, You could have Lawson Behan at second base. He's a shortstop technically.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got the mystery portal guy that nobody's talking about. They're waiting on a decision from.
I think we're good at shortstop. I think we got that covered.
I'm talking second base.
Yeah.
Second base.
Yeah, and I was just talking. We were going around the infield, talking about all these other spots.
Short.
As we've talked about all of them, but shortstop, it's because we got that one covered.
I went corner, first, second, shortstop, Adrian Rodriguez. That's locked up. Third base is Lincoln Garcia. That's the tech kid that we just got from
transfer
from the portal. Left field, Anthony Pack Jr. Center field, I got Trevor Goldenitz. That's the kid that we got from Cal State. Cal State. Jonah Williams, I got him slid in there, depending on if he's healthy or if he decides to go football full time. You never know. And then right field, you got Peyton Brennan, Sawyer Solitaria. Yeah. DH, I got Ethan Mendoza because he's going to be in the lineup, at least until he's healthy. When he can throw, he's probably going back to second base.
He's your second baseman, yeah.
And then you got Easton Autry. Because you got a guy that can with
somewhere
113 exit velo, he's going to be in that lineup somewhere.
Right.
So then you talk about starting pitching, right? You got Dylan Volantis and Sam Cozart. Those are two of your starting pitchers, right?
Big studs right there, boy.
So then you talk about your Sunday pitcher or vice versa, your Friday night pitcher or Saturday pitcher, however you want to call it. So my three candidates for that third pitching day on the weekend, Michael Winter, Brody Walls, Brett Crosland. One of those three is probably your third pitcher for the weekend, and the first loser is probably Tuesday pitcher, your midweek pitcher. Brett Crosland, I see him as a bullpen guy. I think he's probably going to be a closer possibly, but I don't know what they decide. But when you talk about closer, depends on if Burns comes back or not. That rumor is still floating around out there.
He was struggling. He struggled with his command, if I'm correct.
He did at times, but then he got it back towards the end. All right. He also gave up the long ball a couple times too. But Hayden LeFew is probably going to be your first, and he struggled with command at times too.
Oh yeah,
but he got us out of some big innings too. So Hayden LeFew is the first guy. Caleb Rogers, he was a freshman that got in late. I think he's a San Antonio kid. Cool. Trey Rangel, he's another pitcher. Gavin King, he's a portal pickup from I want to say it's Middle Tennessee. Finn Beard, the freshman. Cooper Webb, Hayes Holton, Grady Westfall, Jack Smedgecall.
We got a lot of options in that. We got a lot of options in that bullpen, yeah.
So that's baseball. Going to football, we'll touch on that real quick. Texas is pushing to flip Josiah Poyer. He's a USC commit.
Yeah.
He's a Sam linebacker that plays close to the line of scrimmage. He's the kind of linebacker that Muschamp likes.
Fact.
He sifts through traffic really well. Physical, tackle maker. That's what he does. Of note, Friday, Monshon Sales commits. It's either going to be
it's going to be Texas or Indiana, man.
It's going to be Texas or Indiana.
Probably going to be Indiana, man. But I sure hope that he decides to come to the 40.
I think you're right. People were telling me, it's either going to be Royal or Sales. People are now telling me they want them both.
I would love to see that. I think that would be amazing.
I think.
I thought Easton Royal was staying.
Man, I feel you. I don't think he's going anywhere. I keep going back and forth. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think if he was going to leave, he'd already done it.
I hope you're right, man, because if he waits till the end and leaves, screws us a little bit. But hopefully we'll get good news on Sales. If not, maybe we'll get good news on
Heard that. Well, love you, buddy. We'll do this again next week.
Yes, sir. We will talk to you folks soon.
Welcome.
Back roads to big cities and where the West begins, we are the voices of North Texas. NTX Media.
Your customers already pay for your product. They pay sales tax. And if they use a credit card, they may even pay interest on top of that. The fees add up. The last thing they need in today's economy is another fee at checkout. And as a business owner, you feel that too, because every extra charge can impact how customers see your brand. At Swipe Merchant Services, our mission is to help you avoid that. And by lowering your processing costs, you don't have to pass fees on to your customers just to stay profitable. That means smoother transactions